Hello, I am on Minecraft, and I will be playing, actually, showing you my stuff. You guys can't even freaking see what's in it. I wish I had like a phone stand or something. Jesus. Okay, that's better. Okay, we are on Minecraft, building this NASCAR. It's actually done. Get out of here. There's like your seat. This is the view you get. I already have 2 videos posted of this car, but I am making actually some modifications to it, like a longer engine. This is the view from the bottom. But you got like your boom tubes. You have like your X pipe in here, which would basically make this pipe be part of that pipe off the engine. And then experimenting with like spark plug stuff where I use buttons. I used to have like over here, but pretty sure don't put your spark plug on your engine valve cover. So they're down here. And to give the engine, because I'm pretty sure on a VA, your pistons won't be like right across each other. It'd be kind of offset. So the spark plug here, like this, and this one is missing one. And on the other side, it's missing one here, but it's in every single other one. Giving the effect that the pistons will be pushed forward on this side, and those will push back as a tad, I believe. Yeah. These are forward and these are pushed back a tad. It's still a V8 though, and honestly, it's so much room in here. I was gonna originally fit the extension down here in here. This is actually the same motor that's out of that car, or the F100 pickup truck, this Mustang, and then the other Mustang on the same freaking motor. It's just like a Ford V8. I don't know what kind of V8. Like here, you have like your valve cover bolts, keep the valve cover on, and you have their spark plugs and everything. And this looks like a legit Ford Mustang. And this one's the Boss 202. This is a 1969. It's like a 1970 paint scheme on it. And one thing that I want to add to that car is this like whole byline thing that I made going on. So you can see the byline from the side of the car. Which I don't experiment with much because I have no idea what it would look like if I did that. This car's like a 4-speed, or like a 3-speed with reverse. I don't know what you would call this. But, like a jag racing things. Same ones on the NASCAR. They have like, I added 2 of those for the gauges, like whatnot, and your switches and stuff. And then your pedals. I'm pretty sure, I have no idea what these pedals have been. I'm guessing brake, gas, and clutch. Maybe that's the clutch and that's the brake and gas. I'm not sure how manuals are laid out, but one of these 2 is the clutch and that's the brake. No, that's the gas, and one of these 2 are the freaking clutch there. And this car is a drag car. So it's got jack slicks on the back, and I don't know what you would even call these, but I know for a fact that monster trucks have them, and I put like these in like the drag car, the NASCAR, and the monster truck. So I'll show you that here soon. But it keeps the axle from going forward and backwards. It keeps the axle from swaying back and forth. That's what that does. I have no idea what this would be, like a freaking trailing arm or something. But there's your back view. And this car has the zoomy exhaust pipes off of like a older monster truck or drag car. Just like this truck, the monster truck, which has these things on them as part of the suspension. You have the link bars, so you have these two link bars and those two link bars on all four sides. Suspension, and it's supposed to be like a grave digger. It's like an older grave digger, like 1950s kind of wagon, like the 1990s version of it though, like early 90s. But it's supposed to be like, I put this thing on like old rusty wheels, on like a new chassis. And on the inside, you get this view. It's very freaking spacious in here. You have like your gauges, your shifter, your rear steer, which that wouldn't even do anything because I don't know how you make. I just need to somehow find a circuit that would, I don't know. But just for looks, that's like your rear steer. So toggle switch. Like if you're going like this way to your left, you hit that to your left, right, you go right. It'll steer the exit correction. If you're going right, these wheels go that way, which means those wheels would have to go right, left. Those wheels would turn that way. That way. Yeah. You actually, if you're turning right, you'd put this to the left, and then if you went left, it'd be like that way. Yeah, that's how it sure works. And then you have like your big old freaking motor back here. It's like a alcohol injected V8. And I have this here as your throttle. That. Now this side is not complete. This whole truck body is not done. I kind of don't like the way this came out. I like the flames on the hood. They don't look like flames. They look like a bunch of green blocks just put on here everywhere. And also, I feel like there's more front to this thing than there is the back. Because if you look at it from the back is just, it's kind of short, it feels like. Like, kind of shortish. But from the side, it looks good. And another thing, too, I hate about when I do my cars. This car is freaking fat from the top. Like, I mean, it's really freaking short. But then the side looks freaking, looks like it's perfect from the side. But then, like, very freaking wide on the top. Now, I've had an issue with this car, this Mustang, the freaking monster truck, but this car over here, this is actually probably, I've actually had the issue with probably all the cars I do, the big ones, long from the side but then fat from the top. This one is actually long from the side and actually long from the top. Like this was actually probably the only car that looks good side and from the top, and of course the bottom too. Just like the Mustang, this has a freaking body line on the side. And this window actually comes up like this, and the reason why it goes like that is because the Camaro is actually going to go up and it cuts off and goes that way. Because the rest of the roof line will actually come down here and then like over here somewhere, I believe, or back there or something. I don't know where they end up at. So, and I found something now. I think I mentioned this in another video, but this little pump thing, it's actually a gear cooler or a gear oil cooler. Pretty sure the gear oil cooler is drive shaft driven. It drives off the drive shaft, keeps your gear oil cool, which I found it pretty cool. So I had to put on this car. And then, not like the brakes you see in the truck and the drag car, I actually have my brake caliper behind the brake rotors. I think this is like a better design. It looks cooler. And of course you have like your trailing arms here for rear suspension. And I use these as like your suspension, which I don't know what I'd use besides iron, which that'd be too much chrome. So it's just like I can use this for light too, so kinda helps a little bit to have that in there. And then this is your radiator. You have your steering is here. It comes right off. This ain't accurate at all. It comes right off your freaking brake and then comes down and goes over to the other side. And this is like your axle. And you have like your upper control arm and lower control arm and the suspension. So yeah, this is my car. I'm actually using a fence for the window net instead of using usually I use what are they? Trap doors, but they're like too like close together. Like I know on like the bottom side, I think it's like 2 blocks. Like it sits, one would sit here, and one sits up there, but it still can't fit through because the space is too small. Plus the fence actually looks better on there as like a window net than anything else. And then your back is like this. I'm actually modifying this a little bit back here because I made these tires 4 blocks wide, just like the drag car Mustang. Which I actually had to change that because I thought they were too skinny. They were like 3 block wides, which were a tad bit too skinny. So I made them a 4 block, and now I have to change the front chassis, which ends up here on both ends. So I'm actually making the back clip a bit skinnier, like right here, instead of taking out this wide. So this is like the new roll cage. This is the old one. And I was gonna do this yesterday, but I was like, don't want to finish it. I also have to make the roll cage skinnier now too, which I don't mind doing at all. Because it was originally skinnier. Like thing was like 2 blocks in. I gotta show what I'm talking about here in a second. So let me get rid of all of this stuff. I don't need that though. This chassis ends up there. All I gotta do is just add that. Get rid of this. This goes up like that. This up again like that. Onto this. And up like that. And that goes into the chassis. And this goes just like that. Now I can get here. This. That. Now they should be the same on both sides. Like the same. Now what I can do is I can get in here. I remember this chassis was originally 2 blocks in. So this is like the roll cage part of this chassis. And originally I had the roll cage like right here, not way out there. And as it went back, it'd go like this, but then it'd go down one, like that, and down again and in, like this. Now that didn't work because then the rear clip was actually too skinny, so I had to fix it. And now the original clip needs to be back here. So I'm going to do is that's part of the clip, that's one block, two block. So then this would go here. That's 3 blocks then, so now it's skinny in the back, but it actually will go to the back, of course. So now I got that done. There we go. I did the same thing to this side. So I'm dig in here. This chassis part. 1, 2, 3, right there. Just like that. And that will line up. Once I, yeah. That was straight up flip, that lines up straight. There we go. Now the rear chassis is now done. And yeah. Now that the rear chassis is done to this car, the back of it, now this car is 100% done. Now it's just like small little things I can change here and there, but other than that, it looks really good. I did attach the boom tube straight up to the exhaust. And this is a Chevy engine. And it has like a NASCAR intake, so instead of it being a carburetor like the old ones, it has like this big old, well, it still would have had carburetor, it's like a big old intake, and then your carburetor sits here, and like a big old air cleaner on top. Another top roll cage line which goes up to here. This is your radiator. And then this little button here, it's like your radiator cap or radiator cap. They put coolant in there. And this is what the front looks like. And there's a sunset, or sunrise. It's like orange or purple. Yeah, it's neat looking. There's sunrise. Now on the Ford down here, one thing I will change, I want to change this truck. Is I want to make this slant like 2 blocks. So honestly, it'll probably look like this. Well, that'd be too freaking big. Yeah, about that. That is a bit too big, isn't it? I don't know how I actually had this thing at all. What the heck? It's like this or something? Yeah. I know I changed the back now. But I did have it to where I feel like this truck is just too slanted. Like the front's too slanted, and the back's not slanted enough. Or it's too far slanted backwards and too far slanted forwards. So it looks like a Chevy El Camino put on like a Ford Ranchero. That's what it is, Ford Ranchero. Ford F1 Chero or something, I don't know. F Chero? A Ford F Chero or something. I didn't build this. What I did was I actually have had this truck in here for like a year now. It's been here since 10th grade, so yeah, last year, like early on last year, I believe. And I found this village, I built that, and I just built vehicles, because the next vehicle I built was this Mustang, and I built that, and the Peterbilt, and then I put that there, and now I'm adding a NASCAR in here. And this engine was from building the Peterbilt 359 up there. That's in another video, where I actually showed you all the cars. Showed you guys all the cars. So, we have a good transmission. And it sits on top of this engine right here, which is the same engine that's in the truck and the 2 Mustangs. Because I wasn't gonna put that in here, like I said, this interior is so freaking big in here. If I actually slid this back against the firewall, I could have fit a freaking V12 in here. We could have had if I put this back where it was, which it was back here. This is a V10, and that's a V12. It fit like a V10 in here. If this was over there, it would fit a V12. A V12 Merlin NASCAR. What the heck? So yeah, this is a Minecraft world, and I make a butt ton more. But this is the world where all the freaking big stuff goes, and this is I like a mechanic shop hydraulic lift. Which I actually put this here to like originally build the car on, like a body. As in I had the body, then the roll cage and chassis, and then I think they put the wheels on after that and the axles and everything. And last night I made the X pipe. Because originally I actually had like a car exhaust, or this exhaust would come out of that port like that, and this would just go off of this. But now it's like, I'm gonna figure out how to do an X pipe, and that literally looks like a freaking X pipe. Looks so legit in there. And I don't know what I want to do for the treading arms to do. They blend in too much. Well, they don't blend in too much. I'm not a big fan of how they look. And I want to go with like chrome, but the chrome ones, like out of the iron, they actually blend in with the chassis too much. It's kind of hard to see them, but black. I feel like too much black under here. It's like a freaking die-cast car. Everything has to be freaking black or gray or whatnot. And this back here is your fuel tank, or fuel cell, whatever you want to call it. I call them fuel tanks, and more like fuel cells. This thing is mean looking too. God dang.